The long-awaited team-based hero shooter has finally arrived on GeForce Now, all thanks to the Nvidia Microsoft partnership. GeForce Now has launched Overwatch along with Diablo 4 on the same week, so this is great news for Activision Blizzard fans. The real question though is whether you can be competitive on Overwatch while playing on a cloud gaming platform like GeForce Now. Well, we put this to the test and we have the results playing on all tiers, so you can make your own decision. And we'll start with the free tier. Let's get into it. So if you're used to playing Overwatch on Battle.net, be aware that GeForce Now only has the Steam version available. They mentioned Battle.net support is coming soon, but in the meantime, you'll need a Steam account and then add the game to your account to get access to play. Overwatch also requires you to have a Battle.net account and sync that account as well. So if you only have a Steam account, you'll need to make a Battle.net account. I recommend doing this before you start the game using this tutorial. Link in the description. You can make a Battle.net account and then link your Steam account from here. Now if you have both accounts already and just need to link them, the game will prompt you to link. Sign in and confirm the link. You'll need to restart the game for the game to register that you linked accounts, so for free tier members, I highly recommend linking outside of the game first. Remember too that this game requires a valid phone number. Now let's get into playing this game on the free tier. GeForce Now can play Overwatch on various devices, including your TV, PC, Chromebook, Android, and iOS devices, so just about all your devices should be covered. Overwatch 2 hasn't been updated too much since the first one, so the free tier might be a good option here, at least graphics wise. Ray tracing is not active for this tier, but that doesn't matter because this game doesn't have ray tracing, but it does have reflex, and that might help you, but that's not the biggest issue. The GTX 1060 configuration you generally get with the free tier has no problem playing the game at 1080p and 60 FPS on Ultra, so graphics aren't really the problem. The biggest problems you'll have with the free tier will be the queue times and most importantly, the hour time session. Since GeForce Now has increased its user base by 10 million in the past year, queue wait times have been out of this world. Now if you actually do get into a game, another thing that will hinder your gameplay on the free tier is the hour time limit per session. You'll get about 3 to 4 games in before you have to start your session over again. And make sure you manage your time right, you don't want to be this guy. And on top of these points, playing on the free tier really isn't worth your time. Stream bandwidth is generally pretty terrible. Stuttering and lagging happens every so often, so I don't recommend using a precision character. An AoE character or a tank will be your best bet. But if this is the only way for you to play the game will play. Overall, I cannot recommend the free tier to play competitively. Will the paid tiers be a more viable solution for competitive play? In one word, yes. Playing the game becomes a lot more viable with the priority tier. With the priority tier, you still get a max resolution of 1080p running at 60 FPS. And there are two configurations, the RTX 2080 and the RTX 3060 configuration respectively. Both play the game very well, even better than the free tier with averages over 100 FPS when VSync and frame caps are turned off. You'll get more bandwidth which reduces stuttering and lag, plus you'll get access to reflex technology which should help you with latency. You also won't have to worry about the hour time limit. You'll get a 6-hour time limit on this tier for a nice, long, lengthy game session. And for the most part, getting the priority tier should allow you to bypass the queue. But remember what I said, GeForce Now is getting very popular, and recently even the paid tiers have some wait times, especially at peak hours. I think I had to wait about 10 minutes to get on the priority tier when it's really busy. This is usually pretty rare though. Overall, the priority tier is a great choice to be competitive even on your phone. If there is one paid tier to get for Overwatch, it's this one. Now does the ultimate tier make your experience even better? Is the ultimate tier worth the price to play Overwatch 2 on? First, you're gonna have to understand who the ultimate tier is for. The ultimate tier is designed for gamers who play at 4K and 120Hz, 1080p at 240Hz, and ultra-wide resolution at 120Hz. That's right, for serious gamers. The problem is that two of these don't work. I play the game at 4K, and the ultimate tier easily hits crazy frames. I've been able to hit some 400 FPS on some maps, but I generally average between 250 and 300 FPS at 4K. Pretty amazing. Now the ultimate tier at 1080p is even more amazing, being able to almost hit the max frame rate of 600, with an average of about 350. But this is all in vain because it's not possible to hit 240Hz at 1080p with this game. This game also doesn't support ultra widescreen monitors. 2 of the 3 big features of having the Ultimate tier are not supported. But I have to say, if you're planning on playing Overwatch with the Ultimate tier for the 4K feature, you're not going to be disappointed. I recommend your graphics settings on Ultra and DLSS on Auto. Get ready to have a blast. The detail, the clarity, the precision, the accuracy, the responsiveness. Oh my god, it's all here. Is the Ultimate tier worth it just for this? It is for me, but that's completely up to you. Now be aware that there is a minimum GPU requirement to handle streaming at this rate. Nvidia recommends a minimum of a GTX 10 series GPU or equivalent to handle decoding the stream. Make sure your device has a graphics processor equal or greater than this to get the best of what the Ultimate tier can offer. Ultimate can also be played on the Shield TV Pro, qualifying mini PCs, and the Samsung Gaming Hub on select Samsung TVs. I will put the links to these devices and the GPU requirements in the description. And speaking of the Shield TV Pro, this device is good to go for playing the Ultimate tier right out of the box. Just plug it in, set up your internet and controller, and you're set to play. Don't forget to make sure that you have decent internet. I would have a minimum download speed of 50 megabits per second for priority members, and 100 megabits per second for the Ultimate tier for maximum bitrate streams, especially if you live with others using the internet. Overall, Overwatch on GeForce Now can be played competitively, but I highly recommend that you do it on priority or Ultimate tiers. But if you have to, the free tier can come through in a pinch. So if you like this overview of Overwatch 2 on all tiers of GeForce Now, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and our Discord in the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it locked right here at the only place we can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle.